Today, I'm going to test the heck out of the cheapest mocha pot in the world. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda right back here at the Panda Research Institute Test Kitchen, where we elevate food as much as ever. And so that means what I do is I take a lot of stuff and I put little edible flowers on them. It's great and it's ingenious and it makes me feel like right. I like mocha pots. I've had them before. I don't know where they go. The last time I looked for my mocha pot, I couldn't find it. I think I know who took it. Hammond! But nonetheless, it's gone. So I wanted to replace it because the mocha pot kind of makes like an espresso-like drink, a strong hit of that coffee that you like. But one of the problems with my other espresso machines is that they are a lot of work. I mean, unless you're going to make something like an espresso where you just pop in the pot and just make it like that, well, a lot of them require the tamping and the steaming and the twisting and the grinding and the grinding and the grinding. And sometimes I just want a little bit of that hot, delicious coffee quickly. And that's why I love mocha pots. Now, this one was $10, so I don't expect a lot out of it. It's got kind of that matte finish. I'm not sure what this is. It's pretty light. It feels kind of like some sort of alloy. I mean, pretty light. It's got the little bleeder valve right there. And in the bottom, you can see we have the little basket and the little tube there. So we will put coffee in here, the coffee grounds in there, water, and then drop that in there. But up here on the top part, you can see we actually have another filter, and it is held in place by this silicone strip right there. So you can pull this out for cleaning purposes, kind of push that back in there. When you drop this sucker in and twist it back together, it kind of pushes it back up there. But then at the top, we've got the little spout right here. So it kind of presses that brewed coffee up there and trickles out there, and then we get it into the nice little basket. Again, all the stuff up here seems pretty light, which is good. I just hope it stands up to the heat. This is some sort of polymer or plastic, so we don't want to get that too hot. So now let's go ahead and load this up with some dark roast coffee and see if this thing just melts into my stove or makes me a delicious cup of espresso. So really one of the nice things about these things is that they're so simple. They're compact. You can take them camping with you on a trip. You don't need any special tools. You can see I'm just putting the coffee grounds in here. I'm going to kind of fill it up generally, but not overdo it. It's got to be enough that the water passes through there. You're not going to tamp it down or anything, but I am going to just even it out, spread it out. Oh, yeah. So smooth. Oh, so smooth. Look at that artisanal elevation of mocha coffee. All right, so that's all that takes. And I guess what I kind of forgot is you're going to want to put water in this thing first. And I don't think you are going to want to pour it over the coffee. So there was a rookie mistake. So I'm going to fill up this. You're not going to fill it up too much because that basket's going to have to be above it. But man, that's going to be more than several shots. Some people say that you should actually use hot water underneath here so that it starts to percolate faster and you don't have all that heat just baking the beans and making them darker or kind of scorching those coffee grounds. Now, I've never done that. It's actually kind of a clever idea, but so be it for me to take the advice of anyone else. You just screw this guy down. It's actually pretty cold water in there. I can feel it. All right. Now, what we're going to do here, so got that on nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my small burner here, and we will put the mocha pot on there and start brewing it. I'm going to try to keep the handle away from the flames as much as possible so that it doesn't start to drip and melt into a plastic mess next to it. I'm not sure how long it'll take here, but what we will see, hopefully, is a little coffee starting to come out of the top there. You can see the condensation on the bottom where that cold water is now being heated up. And up here, we have nothing yet. But that's where we should start seeing it come out of when that water gets to a boil and starts getting pressed through that coffee. All right, it's been a few minutes. No more condensation on the bottom, so I think that water is heating up. I don't have anything percolating up at the top yet, so it's going to take a few minutes, especially when you're starting with cold water. I will say, though, that I'm not getting any discoloration on the metal or whatever material this is, and so that's a pretty good sign. It's not melting into my stove. It's not catching on fire. I don't feel lightheaded or smell noxious fumes, except from the stuff that's emanating from my body, which is just hard to get rid of because I can't bend. Hey, Mocha, where's my coffee? I'm getting thirsty, angry, thangry. I feel like I hear a little hiss Curious if something's happening. Show me some life, cheap mocha pot. Show me some life. Oh, look at that. Here it comes. Oh, just cascading down. Oh, man. I've got coffee here. So far, nothing's exploded. It looks like it's just making me delicious, strong coffee. Kind of reminds me of Turkish coffee in some ways. But that's what that mocha pot does. I think it's one of these things that you could just set on a fire. If you're out camping, you have a little griddle, you can put it on top of that. Direct heat, especially if you don't need to make a lot of coffee. It's just something for you to get you going in the morning or the afternoon or the evening or whenever. It's pretty nice. It's a nice, strong cup of coffee. This one seems to be doing the trick despite its $10 price tag. Hey, if you are looking for a mocha pot to make espresso-like coffee without all the hassle, without all the bumping and grinding, I will put a link to this guy in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.